hear us?
I can hear all you guys. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All you
Excellent.
guys.
Excellent.
Good accent from.
Joe, before we start, how do we pronounce your last name?
Rainoni.
Okay, there's an E at the end. It's
There
Italian.
is. There is.
Okay.
And guilty. Yes, guilty.
God damn! I was going to say Ray known.
See,
Everybody.
good thing I
It's
asked.
okay. Everybody does. It's fine. It's fine. But the E is correct to be pronounced.
Beanie.
All right. Well, you're coming in now. You have a great show.
Thank you.
Come with us on a journey into the unknown, the unexplained, and the unbelievable. We will test your senses and challenge your beliefs. A world where science and religion clash. Or do they? You will meet real people and hear real stories, but you will not believe. You will witness strange sights and hear strange sounds, but you will not believe. This is the New England Ghost Project. Welcome to the nightmare.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ghost Chronicles, the medium rare edition. I am Ron Kolick, your host, the gatekeeper around the unknown, the unexplained, and perhaps the unbelievable. New England's own Van Helsing. With me, my co-host, the lovely Miss Medium Rare herself, Leslie Martin.
Well, hello. How are you tonight, Ron?
I am just outstanding.
That's wonderful.
I
I've been
know.
worried about you in that Merrimack River.
Why?
The sewage break in the
Oh,
Merrimack River.
we're way above that. You don't
Oh,
have to worry.
phew.
That's Haverhill. That's downstream. That's way downstream.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Glad you're upstream.
Yeah, that's up by VZ and up to us that way. So it's fixed though. The shit's no longer going into the river.
That's excellent.
Yeah, for the people downstream. So I'm coming up with a new rule. I think I'm going to have my co-host introduce our guests from now on because everybody complains I butcher their names. So, and which I would have done tonight, as you know. So, would you like to try to introduce our guests?
Would I like to try? Sure. Tonight we have a special guest whose name is Joe Rainoni, and he is an investigator and EVP specialist for the Paranormal New England. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that was good.
Thanks.
Much better than I would have given you. So, thank you very much for coming on the show, especially at the last notice, which I'm famous for. But anyway, you New England. Am I saying this? It's Paranormal New England or New England Paranormal? I get confused.
It's Paranormal New England because there's a separate group called New England Paranormal. So yes, I belong with Paranormal New England.
Okay, see, I told you I'd screw that up. But anyway,
it's a good thing you've got me here.
I know. So, how did you get involved in the paranormal? Start with everybody asks that question.
Yep. So for me personally, I'm probably one of the few people that never had a paranormal experience that propelled them into the paranormal. It was kind of quite the opposite. I was just always interested in ghosts and spirits, and was a big fan back in the day of In Search Of. I never realized that people were actually ghost hunting until all the ghost hunting shows broke out in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And just tuning into the Sci-Fi Channel and watching that, I said, boy, I can't believe people are actually doing this for real. And I wonder if any of this stuff is faked. And I figured the only way to find out was to go out and start doing it myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so did you join a group? Did you start your own, or how did
I started with I don't even sure if they're around anymore, but the meetup groups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just joined like a local meetup group and just got together with like-minded people. And then from there, I found out about a group at the time it was called Para Boston. and they were a spin-off group of Boston Paranormal.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I joined Para Boston, and I've been a member of Para Boston roughly since 2010. And then we had a little stir up right around right around 2015, and a lot of the key members kind of had enough of it. They were 10 plus years in, and they were just tired and done with it. So they left, and it kind of fell into my lap. And I was cleaning up all our domain names and everything. And we were always getting confused because I think para means something in Spanish. So especially on the Facebook page, we were getting like a lot of Spanish requests. So Para Boston, I think, coined something in Spanish. And I said, you know what, maybe it's time to change. And I looked and I saw that we were cyber squatting on quite a lot of domain names. And when I went through the list, I saw paranormal. We owned the rights to paranormalnewengland.com. I said, I think this is a good time to change. So we rebranded back in 2015 to Paranormal New England.
Ah, cool. Yep, that's interesting. So what drove you to EVPs?
So, oddly enough, I always had a fascination with recorders as a little kid. And this was back in the day when you still had the spool stuff and you could cut and splice your own tape. And I just always had a fascination with recorders, and it kind of melded into the hobby, right? Once I learned about EVP, I was like, I loved recorders since I was a kid, and it almost seemed like just the perfect fit for me.
Okay, where'd you learn about EVPs from?
Just the meetup group, seeing other people doing EVP sessions. I actually early on I saw Karen Mosley at the Tewksbury Public.
Yep.
Mossy, excuse me. Yep. See, you're not the only one who can butcher names. I saw Karen Mossy at the Tewksbury Public Library and had a nice long conversation with her. And at that time, did I get my first EVP? I think I had gotten my first EVP by the time I was in that lecture with Karen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got.
She was actually a member of my group for years.
Oh, interesting. Very nice lady. Very nice lady.
Haven't seen her in years, but yeah, we like you said, sometimes you have falling outs, and that was one. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good EVP people out there. Do you know Mike Marquardt?
The name sounds familiar. Did he write a book?
Yes, he did.
Then I know exactly.
That actually had a DVD or
I actually bought his book. So I don't know him personally, but I know his work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. And a lot of people are doing it and doing it very well. And some people not so well. So you still dealing with recorders, or do you use these spirit boxes and stuff?
I deal mainly in recorders, and when people refer to the spirit boxes, I automatically think ITC, right? I think instrumental transcommunicate. I don't correlate EVP with spirit boxes, but some people do. It's not to say I've never used a spirit box. I have. It's one of those things, right? It's a broken radio. There's definitely chatter going on, right? But I just, in a handful of ITC sessions I have had throughout the years, some of the words coming through the box I don't think the FCC would approve of. So I definitely think there is something to the phenomenon.
What are your thoughts on like the apps, EVP apps they have on, or Spirit Box apps, or whatever the hell they have on?
That I'm not a big fan of, and I rarely ever use them, only because I would kind of like to know what the code's doing in the back end, and if it's turning on the microphone at some point.
You know it is.
It could be just regurgitating anything that it heard, right? So
just
I don't.
Just talk in front of your phone or your computer, you'll be inundated with ads for whatever you're talking about.
Exactly. So
they know
I don't want to put down people who use them, because we all have different go-to things, but that's not one of mine.
No, I have very little faith in the apps that they use for recorders. And so
I was poking around on your Facebook page and I see that you have quite a few different kinds of recorders. Which is your favorite?
So that's probably stir up a lot of controversy, I'm sure. The Panasonic DR60.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. And just to put it out there, I was never, ever, ever a fan of a Panasonic. The only reason I got a Panasonic DR60 was because I spoke with Karen Mossy, and I went out and I actually found one at a very, very, very reasonable price, even for back in the day.
What'd you pay for it then? Do you remember?
I interestingly, would you like me to tell the whole story? Because it's actually kind of cool.
That's fine.
All right.
Of course.
So
that's what the show's about. It's just
okay. So when I left the Karen Mossy lecture and I asked her if I could hold the Panasonic DR60, it didn't even feel like she put anything in my hand. And I couldn't even believe that at the time that recorder was bringing in probably somewhere between $500 and $600. And I went home and I said, I looked on eBay and that's what they were going for. And then I said, geez, the only way I'm probably going to get one in my price range is to find one at a yard sale or maybe look on Craigslist or something like that. So I went on Craigslist and I searched Massachusetts because I'm from Mass. I didn't find one there. I went to New Hampshire, I went to Vermont, I went to Maine, and then I said, you know what, I got to do this systematically. So I started again in Maine, and I just went all the way down the eastern seaboard, and then I got to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was an ad for a Panasonic DR60 in Florida, and I could kind of tell it was like an old timer because they were just like, in person, cash on delivery, none of this. Yep. And
that's me.
Yeah. So I didn't know anybody in Florida. I was going to see if maybe I knew somebody in Florida. I didn't know anybody in Florida. So I just took a chance. I sent them an email through Craigslist. I said, hey, my name's Joe Ranoni. I'm a paranormal investigator. Here's my website. And I was honest with them. I go, these particular recorders have a reputation to pick up ghost voices. I said, I do not know anybody in Florida, but I really would love this recorder. How can we get this done? I didn't hear back from him for probably about 3 or 4 days. And then I got a message from him. He was just like, okay, this is how it's going to go. You send me 50 for the recorder cash and another 10 to send it to you, and I'll send you the recorder. So I said, I'll take a leap of faith. And I threw $60 in an envelope and I mailed it to him. And he replied back saying that he got it and that he's going to be sending the recorder to me. And I said, great, excellent. And I don't know, 4 or 5 days later, I went out to my mailbox. I was hoping to see a package, and I just see a regular letter envelope that you would get your cable bill in, right? And I open it up, and there's the recorder just floating in an empty envelope. And I was like, I'll be shocked if this thing even works.
Yes.
But it did. Surprisingly, it worked, and I tested it at Tewksbury State Hospital, the local pauper cemetery where I usually get some things. And I was not impressed. And I threw it in a drawer, and that's where it stayed for many, many, many years. And then I was actually at the Conjuring House. I was good friends with Corey and Jen, and they had just purchased a DR60 for the Conjuring House. And I kind of gave them a little bit of grief on it. And then we just started getting like legit. It wasn't parodical. Like, we were getting legit EVPs. I mean, some of them were terrible, but there was some class A ones. And I says, you know what? I totally have to revisit this thing. And I did. And I'm glad I did, because I've gotten some crazy EVPs on that particular recorder. And me, along with the other DR60 fans, we would love to know why that recorder has such a great reputation for getting them. I don't know. I mean, that's not to say I haven't gotten EVPs on other,
because it's a crap recorder. That's why it's so
Yeah, well, I'm sure the circuit in it is very primitive, you know. I'm sure that, and I
Well,
read something where the mics aren't shielded, so I definitely feel that has something to do with it.
The biggest complaint they had when it came out there was that they were getting voices on them that weren't in the recording. They were getting
Right.
noises, is what they really
Exactly.
said. Noises,
Yeah,
I should
exactly.
say.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it is the gold standard in EVPs. I mean, Jim Stoney, our EVP, has 3 of them. So I mean,
Nice.
he's been dealing with them for years, and as we have. And
yeah, but they don't cost $500 anymore.
no, like 1,600, right?
Yeah, they're up there now. Yeah, it's crazy. It blew up. They really blew up.
But that doesn't mean anything. I'm just venting is what I'm doing. That's all. So not challenging anything. But I just, it just, when you look at the early researches, they didn't use, they used reel to reel, and they got some, not just one word stuff. They got full sentences and paragraphs basically from their research. And why don't you think we get that now anymore?
Well, I mean, the tapes were magnetic, right?
Right.
So I feel as though that plays a big part in it, and I've actually heard stories of how people could just leave, like somebody left a cassette tape out in Gettysburg, and it imprinted gunfire without even being recorded. So I think it's the magnetic properties of the tape. I have a ton of I have mini. I have a reel to reel, but I don't use that. But I have a ton of mini and regular cassette recorders that I use from time to time. And the only difference is it's just kind of a pain to transfer the files and to rewind it. And
you're gonna use a new tape every time.
You have to use a new tape if you want to do it properly, you have to use a new tape every single time. Yep.
And storage. I mean, they take up space.
Yep.
No, it's just so interesting to me that how the early researchers, got such great results, and we tend to get these 1-word answers or 2 or 3-word answers, and it's just, I don't know, it's frustrating, I think is the word that's to me. But everybody loves EVPs, absolutely loves them. I mean, Leslie, who's a medium, you love EVPs, don't you?
They're my favorite. They're my absolute favorite.
Now, Leslie, I know you said you poked around on the Facebook page. Did you, by chance, scroll through some of my EVPs?
I did see the one from Wilson Castle.
Oh, we were there.
Yeah, with the pool balls. That was Wilson Castle, right?
That was S.K. Pierce.
Oh, it was S.K. Pierce.
Oh,
yeah. So, I mean, how do you get a inanimate object, right, to leave you an EVP? That was a game changer for me. And also, when I do an EVP sessions, I always use 2 recorders.
Good.
Yeah. So that I had 2 recorders side by side. I don't know how familiar you are with the SK Mansion, but we were in Eno's room.
Yeah, I've been there many, many times.
Yeah. So I had 2
you were
recorders.
There with, Lily and Edwin.
Oh, way back in the day. Okay. Yep. I actually started investigating that house while they owned it as well.
Yeah.
But we had 2 recorders on the bureau in Eno's room. And I always save the DR60 for last for playback, because I figure that's typically where I'm going to get something. So the first playback of the recorder on the left, we just no responses whatsoever. I went to the DR60 and I hit play, and I knew exactly what it was the second I heard. I go, that is a pool cue break and the ball scattering on the table. So Marianne Luma was in the room with me, and she was like, Joe, that's unbelievable. She's like, we had a pool table here. And I said, yeah, where was it? And she's like, it was above us. She's like, it was the room above us. She's like, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Now we so the true definition of EVP, by the way, in that if you have 2 recorders, only one should pick pick up the
Exactly.
because it's not really recording, but a more manipulation. Is that correct?
I call it an imprint.
All right.
Yeah, I don't classify it as audio. It's audio after it's recorded and played back. But initially when it's left, it's an energy imprint. Like that's like when I do lectures, I try and convey it to people in that type of verbiage,
We were in that same room with Edwin and Lillian. I think it was Lillian, his wife, right?
It was Lillian, yeah.
Yeah. And we were in that room, and of course, Enos, of course, supposedly was used to drink a lot of bootleg liquor, and he is the one that supposedly spontaneously combusted. Yes.
Yeah.
Even though there's no, well, whatever. Anyway,
right.
So we were in there, and I had a Ouija board planchette, actually, glow in the dark one. I used it because it glowed in the dark, and I put a shot of whiskey on it, and we had a conversation. Basically, I was just saying, well, this is good stuff. It's not like the rock that what you were drinking. You can almost taste it, can't you? And then we hear, and this is the key, hear a voice say, yeah. And that was recorded, but everybody in the room heard it, and we were all in the room, and it came from the hall. So it was like, what is that? So this is not an EVP.
Disembodied voice.
That works.
Yeah,
it works.
Yep.
But it was interesting because that type of thing, you get a direct response to a question. A lot of times you have EVPs, and you'll have somebody who will ask a question over and over and over again until they get some type of response, and then they'll, make it kind of fit whatever they were looking for, which is not good at times. So when you do your EVP sessions, how do you do them?
I like to do so. Initially, when I first started, I would let a recorder run all night long. And then just go back and play it. That was when I very first started, and then I realized, oh boy, I got hours of audio I got to go through. Yeah. So then I just became a fan of the burst sessions. Record for 2 minutes and play it back right then and there, because if something answered you, you want to try and facilitate more of a conversation.
Yeah, follow up.
Yeah. So just record for like 2 minutes, play it back, get a response. Try and build off the answers that we got. See if we can get more answers.
Do you have a set of questions?
Nope, really don't. Yep, really don't. I try and stay away from when did you die, how old you are. I try and ask stuff that interesting that I would want to answer, right? Like so, and I try and tie it to the location we're in. Like, what was your favorite room in this mansion? Or, were you family or were you staff? And see and sometimes we get our staff, and then we'll say like, well, what did you do for work here? And if it was family, then we would I would just kind of go with a different series of questions in regards to the family. But honestly, I don't really have a canned set of questions that I asked. I just try and stay away from the typical, do you know what year it is? When did you die? And, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. But a set of questions is good because, for instance, if you have, say you're doing it at a public event, I don't know if you do public events.
I do some public, yeah.
Right. So if you allow people to ask questions that they're like, I don't know what to say half the time, so it makes it difficult.
Yeah. We you try to engage people, and you say, okay, if you don't want, just say pass, and then it's always, some people are shy and others, and I mean, typically the events that like a lot of people are green, and they really don't know what to ask, so it is what it is.
So the other question is, you said you recorded the cue balls. So is that really an EVP, or is it just a recording, an audio recording?
I think I don't
It's
know.
not. It can't be like a ghost doing that, right?
Well,
Or a
that's so
spirit?
like I said, like that was just a complete game changer because I mean, when you're talking EVPs and it's the voices of the dead, like you can quantify that to some degree in your mind. Okay, if we do die and the spirit does carry on, you know, that's why we're getting responses and we're getting voices. But
Right.
to get an inanimate object like that, it kind of was a game changer for me because I've only captured things that were live, well, potentially live at one point. Like I've gotten a cat meow, I've gotten a dog bark.
Yeah.
I've never gotten anything inanimate until that particular session. So I don't know if it was a residual thing that we heard that maybe somehow just played back at that
Yeah. Why?
particular time.
How do you think we can record that? That's what I guess my question.
Ron, I don't know. I just dumb luck. How's that for an answer?
Well, Ron, your group has also recorded like gunshots that go off and clearly heard on the EVP, but not heard by the people around them. So
Yeah, I don't have any personally, but I have heard gunshot EVPs. Yeah,
Steve,
same thing.
Mike Marklet's got a great one. Because it's just the way it's done is that you hear the whole conversation, all of a sudden you hear this gunshot go off, and it's a loud gunshot, and there's no flinch in the voices, there's no nothing, it's just carrying on between it. So those are the interesting ones because I'm not sure what they are. So it's like, what the hell are they? How can we record that? Are we don't know. Are we going into a time slip or a different time period, or is it
It's
dimensional
possible.
thing?
It's possible. It's
It's
possible.
just so bizarre.
I actually captured a bowling ball rolling down the lane
Yeah, that's a good one.
and knocking pins over at Ventfort. I don't know if it's Mansion or Ventfort Castle.
Bedford Hall.
Ventfort Hall.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I knew exactly what it was as soon as I heard it. And I said, there had to be a bowling lane in this hall somewhere. There had to be. And when I got a hold of the curator, she was like, yeah, she's like, there was a 1-lane bowling alley in the basement. She's like, it's long been removed. She's like, that's absolutely remarkable.
It's interesting.
Very, very.
So that was the warning bell. We get that 2 minutes before the show ends and before the break. So that was not an EVP, just to let you know. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, that is always the one thing that I've always, thought about. It's like, how can we record sounds that are non-intelligent, which is, a bowling ball or a gunshot or pool tables. So I guess we don't have an answer for it.
I know I don't. I just know it's really cool.
It's so cool. I love EVPs.
You do. I know you do. But yeah, it's intriguing, the whole thing. So when you if somebody wants to find out more information about you, Joe, how can they do that?
I would say the Facebook page. That's where we put most of the stuff. Is actually, yeah, all of it now. Like I'm not even sure we're keeping up with the website anymore. Only
It's so
because
hard.
yeah, and we really didn't get much through it. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably on its way out very shortly. So I would just say, you can message me personally through Facebook, or you can message us through the Paranormal New England Facebook page, and I think WhatsApp is attached to that as well.
That's cool. All right, so we do have to take a break. You've been listening to Ghost Chronicles Medium Rare Edition, brought to you by Circles of Wisdom, 386 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. The Glant Messier Family Law Group, 55 or 15 or 5. I can never remember that damn thing. High Street, North Andover, Massachusetts. It's a good thing they like me. Also, you can get Reiki infused candles on Positively Brilliant on Etsy by some woman that I know. And we're also brought to you by our good friends on Ghost Chronicles Radio and Patreon, who help make this program possible. We'll be right back after the following messages.
Do you have a paranormal event, book, or something else you want people to know about? Then why not advertise it on Ghost Chronicles Radio? With over 150,000 downloads a month, get your message out to an audience that's interested in the subject. We have a plan at a cost that fits your needs. For more information, contact Ron Kolick at anyghostproject@comcast.net or call 978-455-6678.
There's a shadow on the wall that looks like a man. Lord, that lamp just moved on that stand. I got movement in the cellars, I got footsteps in the hall. There's no time to waste, I better make some calls. I gotta get ready, make everything right, 'cause all my rowdy friends are ghost hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. This is Brother Mike. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are ghost hunting tonight. This old house has a long history. It should be real, real good for activity. And we got the house wired for sound and got motion alarm setting all around. Got a box full of batteries ready to go, and everyone's itching to start this show. Got our logo tees, driving black SUVs, and that one bald guy with a slick goatee. Hey, round up the team. Let's get started. Hey, this is Brother Mike. Well, there's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are ghost hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team. Let's get started. Hey, this is your big brother Mike calling. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are ghost hunting tonight. That's right. Go get 'em, boys!
Explore the seasons of the witch by way of magical spells and practices for each turn of the wheel of the year. Magic for All Seasons offers a fresh approach to a lifestyle that focuses on mind, body, and spirit in the nature-based way that our ancestors practiced throughout the ages. Starting with Samhain, author Marla Brooks, an experienced and long-time magical practitioner, explores the 8 Wiccan and pagan Sabbats that comprise the traditional Wheel of the Year, while incorporating original spells, recipes, incantations, meditations, and more that enhance the magic of each season. Oh, and be forewarned, this book is dedicated to Marla's great-grandmother Sophie, and a powerful witch she was. You'll run into her throughout the book. So don't be surprised if you feel someone looking over your shoulder. It's only Sophie, wanting to say hello.
And welcome back. You are listening to Ghost Chronicles, the medium rare edition, with our special guest tonight, Jay Rainoni from Paranormal New England.
Jay?
We're back.
Yeah, Jay Rainoni.
What?
You said Jay.
I did not.
You did.
Joe Rainoni. Did I say Jay? Are you
Yeah, you
kidding?
did. You did.
Oh my
That's
God. Well,
okay.
it must have been the initial.
That's it. That's it.
I'm sorry.
You were
I
just
have-
trying to make me feel good. I know.
I have one job. So sorry, Joe.
That's okay.
So, Joe, what place did you enjoy doing the most, investigating the most?
Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was probably another game changer in my in this crazy hobby of ours, of mine. Trans-Allegheny is probably it kind of ruined me for any location prior and before, only because the place was just so crazy active. I can't recall a place where as soon as I hit the record button, I was almost guaranteed an EVP. It was nuts. And intelligent responses too. Yeah, I don't know if folks ever made it down there. But man, oh man, the night we were there, it was so active.
Yeah, personally, I try not to. I try to stay away from those places. I rather do a place that's not known. There isn't a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, it was a bucket list location.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
So one of the things that that type of place irritates me, if you were a spirit in that place and you had all these people coming in day after day, night after night, asking the same damn questions and everything.
Why are you here?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
year is it?
Are you
When did
trapped?
die?
Are you
Yeah.
trapped? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the part I just can't comprehend. If I was a spirit, I would like get the F out of here, please.
Well, especially a location like that. Like
Yeah.
I can't if people, spirits hanging around Six Flags or Disney World, and I would totally
go.
understand, right?
Got a Playboy Mansion,
Yeah, right, bingo. But yeah, I don't, who knows? And I mean, nothing's to say that they're particularly tied to there, right? I
Mhm.
mean, I use the term street ghosts, right? They could
Get
just
out
come
of
in.
here.
They could
You
come
really
in from it.
do?
Yeah, I do.
That's my
Well,
term. I can't believe that.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've been using
Oh.
that for 100 years.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So like I just, they're passing by, right? And
Mhm.
so who they know they got an opportunity to potentially communicate with
Yep.
some of the living, and they make themselves known,
Are they just curious?
or they're just curious, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah, when you turn the light on, they come running. It's like, "Whoa, what's this?" It's like,
Yeah. Now my home is not haunted at all. And I'm thankful for that. But I actually my wife forbidded me from testing any new recorders about a year and a half ago, because when I was testing it, we got a response.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I promised her no more testing it. I want to make sure it worked. I got it on eBay. I wanted to make sure it worked. I wanted to make sure I knew how to stop it, start it, record, delete. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And she was just sitting she was she was sitting with her back to me, and she's like, "Who just answered you?" And I was like, "I'm not sure."
I guess it works, honey.
Yep. So no more testing stuff out in the house, or testing it with her in earshot. One or the
There
other.
you go.
So, what are your thoughts that we are actually putting the voices on the recorder through our own answering the questions that we want answered? In other words,
I've heard people bring up that theory before.
Mhm.
So are we also like telepathically determining whether it's male or female? Are we determining whether it's a child?
well, yeah, what we want, because everything goes through us. It goes through our own filters and everything else. So we hear what we want to hear, see what we want to see. So if we're waiting for an answer, then we already figuring on an answer in our brains. Because, well, I don't know, but it's
Well, I mean, I'd be narrow-minded right? If I said it's impossible, right? I'd
Mhm.
be very narrow-minded of
And
me
I'm
to
not
make
trying
that
to
statement.
take
Yeah,
anything away from
yeah,
you. I'm
yeah.
just saying because that's still paranormal if we
Yeah,
can
oh,
project our voice
100%,
to it.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but I mean, speaking for me personally, like
yeah.
I'm not forecasting anything in my mind. Like I'm just like,
Mhm.
let's see what's going to happen here, and I've gotten children voices, I've gotten animals, and I mean, I know I wasn't thinking about that. I mean,
Yeah, but
was
you
somebody in the
are
group
you doing
was
yeah, exactly. Are you doing it
yeah,
alone? No, you're
yeah,
usually doing it with somebody else.
yeah,
So
100%,
yeah.
100%. Yep, yep.
It's interesting. That's the way I love this field because there's so many questions more than answers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, at this stage of the game, I definitely have more questions than answers, and I thought it
Mhm.
would kind of be a little bit the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, I have a degree in environmental science. I graduated 4.0, and I didn't believe in ghosts and everything else when I went out and well, it's a long story, but anyways, when I went out in this first investigation, uh, there were things that I couldn't explain, and that's got me involved in it for as long as I have because I ended up doing it full time very shortly after that because I couldn't understand what was going on, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just so many questions in this what we do.
Yeah, and the beauty of electronic voice phenomenon is if you're doing burst sessions, it's like real time satisfaction. You don't
Mhm.
have to wait to go home and uh download the video and download the audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is what
yeah.
I used to do early on. But it's instant. It's right. It's like right there.
That's why people like spirit boxes and
Yeah,
ghost boxes
yeah,
because
yep,
it's instant.
yep.
Because that's the way we are. We don't have we wanna know right then and there.
Exactly, exactly.
So do you use Vox or not when you record?
I primarily use Vox, yeah.
Okay.
And again, that's a personal preference. I
Mhm.
know the people that says, "Well, if you're using Vox, then you're missing stuff." And they may
Not
be right.
necessarily.
They may be right. I don't know, right? Yeah, I would say not necessarily. I like Vox. I just got my own personal theory that when that mic is sitting there in that waiting state, it's more susceptible to catching
Mhm.
something. And that's just my own personal take
Well,
on it.
I can see by the way that you do it, where you use your 2 recorders that I mean, Jim does the same thing. It's so he has one that he runs Vox, and he has the one that he just runs, so that he plays them both back so
Yep.
that we can see, okay, was there something in the environment that created that noise, or was it something else that was
Exactly.
paranormal? Yeah,
Exactly. Right. Did somebody's stomach growl? Did somebody
yeah.
zip
Do you
their
know
coat up?
do you note that when that happens?
If I hear it,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and
Everybody
then
in the group's supposed to know that. I mean, they
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the thing that frosts me bad is when I'm doing a playback
Mhm,
to hear the session and people are
mhm.
chattering over that. That
Oh
bothers me
my
more.
god,
That
that's,
bothers me more than anything.
it's rough. Yeah, well,
So
me
rude.
but the nice thing is you can put headphones on to say, "Screw you guys," and I
Yeah,
will
and
listen to
and, and and
it.
and I can certainly hit the rewind button, but it's just the
Mhm.
it's just the idea of it,
No,
It's
I
like
agree with you. It's
yeah,
disrespect.
yeah,
Disrespect to your work.
yep.
Uh, so the other thing I'm gonna ask, when you do an EVP and do you I assume you have someone else listen to it as well?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yep.
do you just say, "Okay, oh, look at this, it says yes."
No, well, so if I mean I've never investigated alone, so there's always somebody with me, right? So
Mhm.
there's at least one other person there. I'd like to get their take before I say what I think it is, because I don't want to precondition
Yep,
them,
yep.
right?
Mhm.
And my wonderful wife, who when I first started said she doesn't want to know anything, don't bring anything home, and I don't want to know anything.
Mhm.
And now when I come home, it's like, did you get any EVPs? Can I listen? And I just say, yeah, if I get something, I go, yeah, you listen to it and you tell me what you think it's saying,
Mhm. Are there
And my
times
kids
when
as well too. I'm sorry, I
are
didn't
there,
mean to cut you off, Ron.
that's all right. Are there times when people disagree with what you say?
Yes.
Yeah, this well
Yeah.
should be. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. The other thing is, it's a lot of EVPs. It's how you listen to them, or even the environment you listen to. For instance, we did an investigation at oh god, it was back in 2007 at Portsmouth Harbor Lighthouse, and Karen Mossy, actually, she was the one of the recording. And at the end of the night, we were up in the tower, and Karen says, um, "We're going to be leaving now, so if there's anything you want to say now, to say it." And then you hear something, and she says, "It says crap." Okay, CRAP, crap. Okay, so we're leaving now, crap. All right, so we did ghost tours. We used to do ghost tours for the lighthouse to raise funds for it, and we'd always play the EVPs inside the lighthouse. And when we played it, that particular one, there was a bunch of others, but that particular one, wherever we played it, nobody heard crap. Even I didn't hear crap, and I knew what it said, but it didn't sound like crap. So one year, Stephen Parson had come over. He's come over for about 10 years now from the UK. And we did a big event there. But there were so many people, we couldn't do it in the base of the lighthouse. So we did it outside. And we played that recorder and played crap. Everyone heard it. There was nobody that didn't hear it. So it was an entirely different environment. One was inside the hollow tube, the other one was outside in the open air. And it made a huge difference.
Yeah, well, the sound bounces, right? So it's just like
Yep.
so it's like when you go into a concert, how some venues just are better suited to hear music than others, right?
Yeah, you get distortion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's so intriguing. That's why the audio is neat. And like even the when people do ghost box and those type of things, spirit boxes, whatever, they're sitting there, they're trying to decide what the words are saying, and it's so difficult. Do they really record it half the time? No, they don't. And that's what they should be doing, because then you can go back.
Totally should be doing it,
Yeah.
right? Because it's happening so fast. Those bursts are coming through so fast, and you might be just, your mind might only be picking up like every third clip of audio. You know what I mean?
Right.
You definitely gotta record them if you're gonna do them properly.
Yeah. And so when you look at the EVPs you collect, are you familiar with the different frequencies for the human voice and so forth? So you're able to.
I can't repeat them, but I'm familiar with them, right?
So-
I've never locked in the exact frequency of the human ear. Like I've seen it it's actually in one of my presentations, so you would think I would know it.
No, I'm with
Cold,
you on
you know
that.
what I
Don't
mean?
worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, so I'm aware of like what the human ear can pick up and not pick up.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's another thing that you should look at when you do it. So we are getting down. What was the best EVP you ever captured?
Best EVP I ever captured.
A couple. It doesn't really matter.
Class A and Trans Allegheny in the lobotomy recovery area. And Leslie, if you're interested, this is on the Facebook page. Lobotomy recovery area got 2 EVPs in one session, male voice saying help. Interesting about that one, Ron. This is another one that you can go back and think about. We got an echo on that help. It reverberated in the atmosphere on the recording.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Very interesting, right? Why did that? If that's an imprint, why did that echo?
Right.
Why did that echo?
Unless it was recorded at the time, if that was some type of a.
And again, two recorder method, right?
It only came on one?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yep. This is a Class A help. And then I asked a question, were you staff or were you a patient? And it was followed up with a female voice that said, a patient.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's on the page too if you dig down far
enough.
enough.
I haven't had time to check your site, but I will do it. I promise you. But the other thing I was going to ask, what was your favorite EVP?
The pool ball at SK by far, yeah. But that's just a game changer. And whenever I do my presentation, and I get to my EVP session, I typically close out with that one, and people just like looking at each other. It's great.
I have two favorites. One of them we did at I don't know what the place. It was some old house in New Hampshire, and we were setting up and captured an EVP, and now it's not a Class A, so, but it's still my favorite because it says it's the Ghostbusters.
That's awesome. That's
I use
awesome.
that for my thing. And the other one I use to close my presentations is we did an investigation at Leslie was there, in fact, at a business, and it was in a modern building and everything else. And we were leaving for the evening, and we said to the people that we had said, thank you. And they said, thank you. And then you hear another voice say, thank you.
child voice.
Yeah.
Or just like a female,
like a female.
Yeah.
But it's clear as day. And
yeah.
so, like, I always end my presentation with that.
So so we're all from New England, right? So I'm gonna give a classic Tom Brady answer, right? What's your favorite EVP? The next one.
Perfect.
This is true. So true.
Can't wait for the next one.
Right.
So what do you got coming up in the future?
I have Crescent Sanatorium this Friday, July 3rd.
Where's that?
It's in Crescent, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you travel.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice 10-hour ride Friday morning.
Good for you.
Yeah. So that's the next one I got coming up.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. And is that a public one?
That's a public hunt, yeah, because we can't afford to rent that one private.
I get it.
That's going to be a public one, but the place is massive. So
a ticket's still available?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not running it; you're going to it.
No, I'm just attending it. Yep. Not working that one, but so I also I volunteer for the Emory Estate in Weymouth, Mass.
Okay.
And I volunteer for the Isaac House in Winchington, along with the Murdoch Whitney, and we do run a lot of public stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for anything like that.
We may come down and haunt you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might just show up.
I would love it.
Did you ever investigate the Houghton Mansion out in North Adams?
I have, yes, twice. Yeah.
We actually did the first investigation ever there.
So I was the first person to bring an SLS camera in there.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Because I would never have an SLS camera.
Yeah, way back in the day, like people didn't even realize what was going on with those things, and it was a homemade one, and we caught what looks like a cat scratching against the chair in Mary's room. And you can even see the little tail appendage on the stick figure.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We caught a photograph of a cat in that room.
Oh, in Mary's room?
In Mary's room.
Oh my God. There you go.
And Nick Mantello was in the basement that same night, and he ran into a cat, went around the corner, and supposedly a cat jumped out of him, but he couldn't see the cat, couldn't see it again.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So he came up and we were like, oh, well, Ron said, is that a cat? And then we were like, we don't see a cat. No. And Nick Mantello said, well, we also saw a cat in the basement. So, and then we got a photograph by chance of a ghost cat in that room.
Oh man, yeah,
it was amazing. I mean,
yeah. So we were like, "Is that a little kid?" Like, what? And then I'm like, "No." I'm like, it got up on its hind legs and it was scratching, sharpening its claws on the chair. And you could
chair?
Yeah, it was.
That's right where they caught the picture. Leslie caught the picture.
Oh my God.
I'm going to post it on my Facebook page, Leslie Marden, Marden, Lesley. I'll post it this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're Ron, I think you and I are Facebook friends, right? I don't know if Leslie and I are.
I found
you. Joe, we are.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's posted on my Paranormal New England, that little clip, but if I can find it, I'll repost it and tag you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing.
And the same time, that same session that we were in Mary's room and Leslie took that picture, we also had some kind of, I don't know, was it recorded, Leslie, or a ghost box? I don't know what the hell it was. Something was on it, and it said cat killed.
Oh, it was an obelisk.
Obelisk, thank you. That's
Yeah.
it.
Wow. Look at all this validation years later.
I don't know if it's validation, but it's
Right.
definitely
Well,
interesting.
I don't know. I think it's validation.
Definitely interesting.
I don't know. I think my SLS validates your picture, and your picture validates my SLS.
I agree.
We didn't talk ahead of time, did we?
Nope.
No.
We didn't have a clue.
Nope.
Okay. Just checking.
Whatever. Synchronicity. Whatever. I mean, it's so interesting. Everything we do, it's just so cool. And when we get something like that, which we just did, it just makes you think. He says, you know, what I guess what we're doing is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so we actually got to end the show, unbelievably. That was the bell, which means pizza from the dead's here. So we got to wrap it up. So Joe, if you anything you want to add, if someone gets in touch, how do they can get in touch with you?
They can email me directly at Joe Rainoni, all one, at hotmail.com, or they can find me on Facebook and get me through Messenger, or they can go to Paranormal New England Facebook page.
Okay, don't you have an event or something coming up? I saw somewhere.
Oh yeah. So I'm doing Halloween at the SK Mansion.
Yes, that's what I saw.
With Dave Childers and Alara Yui. Yep, they were kind enough to add me as the guest investigator, and then we're also doing something up in Vermont at the Springfield Library in August, and I think the tickets already sold out for that.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm just great people, friends of mine that I'm just happy to help out with.
Yeah. So when you were at the Wilson Castle, was we going down?
I've been to Wilson, but that's not where I got the pool ball. But yes, I've been to Wilson many times.
Yes. Did you like it there?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Anything
I've always gotten something at Wilson Castle. Always. I've never got shut out of Wilson Castle, like as far as something happened.
Oh, we got to go. I'm sorry, I missed this. All right. Good night, Joe. Thank you so much for being
You're welcome, guys. Thank you for having me.
You've been listening to Ghost Chronicles right here on the TogiNet and Parax Radio Network. Good night, everyone. God bless. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
From ghoulies to ghosties, long-leggedy beasties, and things that go bump in the night. Deliver us, good Lord.